Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back into the channel. You guys, this is going to be your weekly romance and love oracle message. So, this is going to be a message to see what you guys have going on in romance and love. Do you have someone new coming into your life? Are you kicking somebody out of your life? Do you have somebody from your past trying to come back into your life? And let's see what the situation was, is, or will be. And I'm also going to get us some clarifiers. I'm also going to pull some characteristics and some zodiacs, and also see if we can get, a final message from this particular individual at the end. All right, you guys. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here with me again. Thank you for all of your love and support. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys rock. All the love that you guys have sent me in the channel, you guys, it never goes unnoticed. I send that back to you guys 1,000-fold. Thank you guys so much. It is greatly appreciated. You guys have no idea. All the incoming followers and subscribers, welcome into the channel, you guys. I always hope that the message resonates for you in some way. And welcome to the Soul Tribe. When you hit that notification bell, just make sure you hit the drop down and select all, just so that you don't miss any of my new messages that I post. Also, you guys, I did post a message on Sunday which has information about the new weekly schedule and what days you guys can expect messages from me and what kind. All right, starting out, wow, twin flame in reverse. I mean, what a way to start this off here. Okay, somebody throwing out their twin flame. Trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame, it will guide you towards them. So somebody is getting rid of their twin flame. You are over it. You found out they were toxic. You found out that you guys are twin flames and they are the twin that is off the hook and out of control at this time while you're trying to heal. What's the situation? Let's see. Then I also got anticipation. Embrace the sweet anticipation of love's arrival in your life. It's coming. So did you get rid of your twin flame so that you can actually get some new love coming in? You were like, you're not about to block my blessing. I'm going to let you go ahead and go over there and heal while I go over here anticipating the real thing. Interesting. Well, let's see. Very interesting way to start. Somebody mad. Somebody is mad. So then we got hideaway. It came out in reverse. Make time to be with your person. Create your own special hideaway. Yeah, you are not trying to be with this person. So I don't know if this is actually somebody who you were with romantically, if this is just a close friend, a soulmate, but let's keep going. But all I know is that you are not trying to spend no time with them. You're not trying to Netflix and chill. You're not trying to go out on a date, go on no type of vacations. Interesting. Wow. I start hearing that song, I Don't Want No Scrubs by TLC. Interesting. Then we have trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. Yeah, I feel like you gave this twin flame in the reverse an opportunity to have a piece of your heart, to really be a part of your world, part of your life. You really loved this person and you thought that you could trust them, but you started to realize that you could not, unfortunately. Wow. Yeah. Like I said, you no longer want to be together with this person, together in the reverse. You no longer find joy by being around this person anymore. And I feel like this was truly someone that you felt that pull. You really felt that connection with them, collective. You loved being with this person. You loved being in their energy. You felt like you guys could laugh together. You guys could do everything together, whether that was just driving around town, listening to music, hanging out for happy hour, being around other friends, other coworkers. I felt like you thought this person was your Bonnie to your Clyde or your Clyde to your Bonnie, flip it where it goes. Okay. But I feel like you just got tired. You realized that this person was not going to change. You realized that this person did not want to change. And you're at the point where you are trying to embrace expecting more. You figured out that you deserve better than how they were treating you. I feel like it was probably a situation of a lot of hot and cold. You guys, when you were on, you were on. They made you feel like you were their favorite person. They made you feel like there was nobody else in the world, that they would always be there for you, like they had your back. That's what you thought. But I feel like you found different with this trust card here. I feel like you gave them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to protect your heart, but they kept letting you down. They literally kept letting you down. And at some point, it was no longer fun hanging around them. Every time you were in their energy, it started to feel like they were doing any and everything they could to break your heart, almost as if something changed in this person that was unexpected. You still don't know where it came from, why they started to change. Their behavior started to be different. They started to leave you on red. It just feels like their energy changed for you. What else happened here in this situation? What else happened in this situation? Interesting. Yeah, collective. I feel like, yeah, you're at that point where you're like, you know what? I deserve better than this. This is BS. I'm not going to stand here and keep letting you disrespect me, treat me like I don't matter. Yeah, you're not looking for any type of offers. You don't want any type of proposals for reconciliation, because it seems like you've already walked away from this person. You haven't been hanging out with this person. And if they're thinking about coming back with some type of proposal, you're gonna reject it. You don't want it. I feel like you saw what you needed to see. You had plenty of time and experience dealing with the situation. You got tired of being heartbroken, and you said, I'm done with it. You said, I'm done with it. Enough is enough at this point. And if that person didn't appreciate you, you just were not going to stick around anymore. That's unfortunate. Yeah, because at this point, you are looking for a level of abundance, anticipating this level of abundance from the universe. You are opening your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer, because it's now what you know you deserve. I feel like you held on to this person because of how magnetic, of how much the chemistry was so strong between the two of you, that I feel like you held on to this situation for a very long time. But like I always tell people, everybody has a threshold, everybody has a point of no return. And unfortunately, most people don't realize what they have in their life until you literally walk away and stay away. Because I'm sure that there were a lot of times, I can tell with all of these hearts here, that this girl is staring at. She's looking at all of these chances that she's given her heart away to this person, and all the times she's thinking about how much they didn't appreciate any of it, how many times they broke her heart and her trust. And it's almost like you're disappointed and trying to figure out why you even gave this person so many chances. But I think it's because, when again the times were good, they felt great, they were exciting, they had your adrenaline going, like you literally truly loved and cared for this person deeply, but you just didn't realize that they really did not feel the same for you. They had a completely different mindset. They were not coming from an emotional space when they were hanging out with you. It was more of how you benefited them in some way. And they broke your trust. They stabbed you in the back probably multiple times. And again, it left you lost and confused. You never got any explanations. So now you are waiting for your abundance. Yeah. You are looking to venture out with another person. You're looking for your person. You're no longer wanting to be standing on this mountain alone. You are anticipating your new person that the universe is going to bring into you now that you have realized your worth. Now that you have decided I am worth way more than the disrespect that you're constantly showing me, I am worth way more than the hot and cold behavior. I am worth way more than you being passive aggressive and saying something as if it's a compliment when reality it's an insult. You decided that you were worth more than the bullshit that this person was putting you through, collective. Period. What else? Yeah, so you are now like, you know what, universe, take the wheel, bring in my person, please, that I deserve. Yeah, because you know that when you were dealing with this other individual, you were not on the right path. You were not on the right path when you were connected with this other individual. They had your energy also in the reverse. And again, I feel like you didn't even truly realize how much, because again, the nostalgia of just being with them, it made you so happy just to be around them, just to hang out with them. And it was something that was just routine. You know, I feel like this was never a situation where you guys were actually together in a relationship. I feel like this is a situation where you guys, again, just were very close. You were good friends. You loved being around each other. And sadly, again, you started to figure out that this person was treating you as if you were one of the other many options they had on their roster. They sat you on the bench when you weren't even supposed to be a part of the game. But somehow they made you part of the game without you knowing. They had a jersey made with their last name on the back and gave you a number when you weren't even ready to play. And this is what you started to find out. You started to realize that other people around you, probably that they were dealing with, you started to look around and it seems like people started to judge you and you were very confused. And the energy started to just feel very off. Yeah, you realize this person is not your destiny. This is not your final destination. This is not the person that you're supposed to be with in in this lifetime. Yeah. And at this point, you are ready for new doorways, new opportunities. You are opening yourself up to actually dating. You are going out, gaining new friends, people in your energy that deserve your energy. You also realize that you were giving this person a lot of your energy. It kept you stuck. It kept you stagnant. It kept you unable to move forward in life. But again, when you're wrapped up in a situation where you have so much of an emotional connection with someone, it's hard to see the effect that they have on you while you're in it. Once you separated yourself from this person, it was easy to see clearly. And then you started to gain information as time went on about what was going on, and you became more and more disappointed. So you are literally ready to take these new opportunities, these new doorways that are opening for you. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to be nurtured. You're allowing people to come into your life and give to you equally. Your relationships are now nurturing relationships. So they are blossoming. They are like flowers. They're flourishing. They're allowing you to grow. They're allowing you to become a better person. You're gaining knowledge, wisdom, you're going on adventures, you're doing more things, and you're doing them with people who appreciate you and who see you, who don't make you feel good one day and the next day make you feel like shit. Yeah. This person is going to eventually want to come in with this apology, but honestly, collective, I don't think it's going to matter at this point for you. I don't think people realize once you move on, once it's time to walk away, And you've healed, collective. And I know that you've healed because you're now trusting in the universe to bring in abundance. You are now trusting in the universe to bring in what you deserve. You're no longer chasing, you're no longer needing the validation from anyone. And I think this person realized that that was an insecurity of yours that you had, and they played on that. So they did everything they could to try and break your confidence, the little bit of confidence that you probably had left. And they did not appreciate you. They did not see you as valuable. But now that you've moved on, now that you are being nurtured, now that you are growing, they want to try to come in and apologize. Whether you accept this apology is going to be up to you, collective. It says never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. But the question is, can this person be heartfelt? Because I feel like they didn't use any parts of their heart when it came to you in this connection, in this friendship, situationship, whatever it was. This person did not nurture you, period. They did not protect you. Man or woman, this person did not have your back. They took you for granted. They did not see you. They thought you were a dime a dozen, and they threw you on the shelf or on the bench whenever they felt like it. Yeah, you're not accepting this person's baggage. You know that this person coming back trying to give you this apology, they still have a lot of emotional baggage, and you're not willing to accept that. You're not willing to carry any more baggage from this individual. Yeah, because they don't want closure. They don't want this situation to close out. But like I said, collective, I feel like you are done with this. You don't care about an apology. You don't need closure from this person because you found your own closure. The disrespect to you was the closure. That was enough. Nothing else needs to be said as far as you're concerned, because you see that your life is leveling up. Unfortunately, this person at this time is not celebrating because probably at this point, all they can think about is you and how that last situation went between the two of you, or how they were treating you when you were in their energy, when you were giving yourself freely. But that was probably the problem. That's also something that you had to heal from, right? You were making yourself available to someone who did not appreciate you, who did not see you. But that meant that there was a lack of self-love on your part. Everybody involved has to be accountable. I say that all the time. It takes more than one person to have a relationship. All parties have to be accountable for their part in it. You participated in this situation, so you are also accountable for what happens and what happened in this situation, collective. I feel like now you are working on yourself. You are becoming attractive, more and more attractive. People are now truly seeing you, and you are attracting that person into your life at this time, the person that you actually deserve. And I think that you know that. And I think that this past person knows that. I'm going to switch decks here because I want to get some more clarifying information on what actually happened here. Get some answers to some of these situations that went on. Yeah, but I feel like at the end of the day, you had a person who did not appreciate you or your energy. They did not see you as valuable. Maybe at that point when you guys were hanging out, you were down and out, you were going through a lot. You were not in your abundance energy at that point. You were still doing well for yourself. You were still taking care of yourself, but you were chasing, you were needing attention because you were needing validation, because maybe, your self-esteem had taken a hit, so you weren't feeling the greatest. And you thought that you could trust this person maybe as just someone to help nurture you, to just be a friend. And unfortunately, they took that situation and they ran with it. Let's see. Okay, let's get a few more. What is the overall energy of this past situation with the collective? What's the overall energy with this past person in this situation? It's never over. It's Or some of you guys dealing with a narcissist because they feel like it's never going to be over, collective. What else? What's the overall energy of this person from this past relationship, collective? What's the energy of this past person? Yeah, ignoring the pain. Yeah. Right now, they're still in their ego. They're acting like, they're not hurt by the fact that you decided to walk away from them. They're acting like everything's fine. They're walking around with a smile on their face. Life is just hunky dory. Nothing's going on. Nah, man, I'm not heartbroken. I didn't really need them in my life. Yeah, when you took a detour, you were like, I'm out of here. I'm over this. You were like, this is crazy. You took a detour, and so did their life. After you walked away, collective, their life took a major detour. This could be somebody who could be experiencing, negative things going on, because of how they treated you in their life, you know. And at the same time, right now, I feel like you're learning to forgive. You're learning to forgive yourself for putting yourself in that situation. I feel like you're learning to forgive them as well, because I feel like you still have love for this individual, but you realize that you have to love them from afar. You realize that your love is not going to change what they choose to do. You realize that you truly have to walk away from this person in order to be able to move forward, in order to figure out what you need and what you deserve. Yeah, and you realize it was worth it. You realize it is worth walking away, because I feel like as soon as you started to walk away, things started to improve for you. And you know now that it was worth walking away for yourself. You were worth more. Yeah. And what's sad about the situation is that I feel like the feelings were mutual. But I feel like you were dealing with someone who was still in their party era. They were not ready to settle down. They did not care about anything that had to do with commitment. They did not care about anything that had to do with emotions. They just wanted to do what they wanted to do. But I feel like deep down, this person actually did have feelings for you, but they suppressed it because it was a distraction. They suppressed it because they were not ready to open up or talk about it. I don't think that this person's talked about real emotions probably for a very long time. I feel like this is a very emotional individual, but they learn how to do things that kept them from having to feel emotions. Any and everything they could do to keep them from feeling emotions, they did it. Yeah. But this person, they miss you. Their ego is telling them that you still miss them, but deep down, they know that you've moved forward. And this person, they miss you. I feel like they think about you all the time. I feel like this person realizes that they messed up. And they realize that because you are standing your ground. Because when you took that detour, you've been standing your ground and you have not turned back. The numbers 111-777-2222, number 6, number 3, number 4, number 9 could be significant. But yeah, once you took that detour, you did not turn back, and you've been standing your ground ever since. And it's because you realized that this person really did not love you. I feel like they had feelings for you. I feel like they liked you as a person. I feel like they cared for you, but this person did not know how to love. This person does not know how to love. They did not know how to love you because I feel like this person did not receive love. And I feel like it's going to be something from when they were very young that stunted their emotional growth. So they've never known how to truly receive unconditional love. I feel like if this is a traumatic situation from childhood, they could have had parents who did not truly nurture them. They probably always made them feel like they were not good enough, or they felt like they had to work 20 times as hard to prove their worth. And that puts them in a competitive mindset. So they didn't have the nurturing, the emotional protection to know how to receive it from others properly. And if you don't know how to receive it, you don't know how to give it to yourself, and then you don't know how to give it to others. So yes, I feel like this person knew that they truly were attracted to you, definitely physically attracted to you, and emotionally they were attracted to you, but they didn't know what to do with it. And you walking away and you forgiving this person is definitely for your highest good. This was the best decision that you can make for yourself in this particular situation, collective. And again, it's unfortunate because I feel like there was true chemistry there between you, and it definitely probably had potential to grow into something that could have been amazing. But I feel like this person was easily distracted. I feel like they, would rather hang out with their friends. They listened to a lot of people in their life who maybe they realize now but didn't realize at the time were not even for them, were not even truly their friends. And now this person is busy thinking about being committed to you. Now they're realizing that you were somebody who was real in their life at the time. And unfortunately, they lost you. They don't have this as an option. Yeah. And this person right now, they're triggered because you have not been in communication with them. You have not given them any of your energy, your time, your effort, nothing. And they lost their chance, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Let's see. Let me get some characteristics and see who this person could possibly be. Yeah, it's just, you always hope that situations turn out better. It could be where this person just needs to grow up. They just need time to heal from past trauma that you cannot help them heal from. They need time to get over maybe previous heartbreaks, which is why they lack emotions. But whatever the case may be, it was just not a situation where you were going to come out and benefit. They were going to keep breaking your heart, and eventually it could have turned you bitter. You were going to continue to be stuck in this loop, going back and forth with them, and you were just going to be stuck. So you got yourself out. Somebody could be a carrier, messenger of connections, delivery, information, transmission, gift. You were a gift to this person, and they challenged you. They challenged you. They looked at you as competition. They manipulated you with this magician card, your emotions. They fed you illusions. Somebody could be a blacksmith. Yeah, somebody needed to temper their emotions, but they couldn't, especially not right now because you've walked away. Somebody could be a driver. Maybe one of you guys was always the designated driver in the situation. You always made sure each other got home safely. Somebody in the situation could be a mother. Somebody was nurturing. Somebody was the other's light source. They were comforting to this person, and that's why they liked you around. Somebody could be a boss. Somebody is wealthy, has financial wealth. Somebody takes a lot of risk, and they could have been seen as a leader, but maybe they didn't always act like a leader. Somebody's in hiding right now with this ninja. Somebody is in their shadow, either in their shadow self because they're upset because you haven't come back, or somebody is spying or looking into someone. Somebody in the situation could be a soldier. Thank you for your service. But somebody was very loyal while the other person was not. Somebody could be a fireman. Somebody was very heroic. They sacrificed a lot. Collective, you probably sacrificed a lot of yourself for this person because again, you wanted to be loyal, you wanted to be there for them, you wanted to protect them, you wanted to make sure they were okay. While I feel like this person was hunting you, you were their prey, you were their challenge. They used strategy while you were using your heart space. Wow. They were in survival mode while you were trying to connect with them on a deeper level. And I feel like, yeah, this person had too many connections in a community. They had a lot of options, a lot of people in their energy, a lot of people in their ear saying things behind your back, influencing this person. And I feel like they were just not strong enough to stand up for you, to truly have your back, to truly be the friend that you expected them to be. And I feel like it broke your heart. But like I said, you walked away, you figured out that you didn't want to continue to go through this loop with this person, to continue to stay in this energy of being heartbroken and being confused, because you're like, well, how is it that you keep breaking my heart, but you keep smiling in my face and spending all this time with me, with or without other people, but then the next day making it seem like I don't matter. You were very confused. And I think it kept you in your head. And I think that's what they wanted with that magician card out here. That manipulation. They wanted to keep you stuck. What's last words, baby, from this person? I wish I had another chance. So many different chances, and I botched them all. Exactly. You gave this person so many chances over a long period of time to truly appreciate you, to truly see you, to truly treat you in the way that you deserved, collective, and they fucked it up every single time because they were not in the energy to appreciate you. They did not care about your emotions. They only cared about what they could gain from the situation. And now they're regretting it at this time. One more final message. What they would say if they could. One more message. You thought I didn't care. I let fear hold me back. The thought of losing you made me hesitant to speak my heart. My silence might have made you question my feelings. My quietness stemmed from a depth of love and fear, not a lack of care. What did I say, collective? This person cared for you. They knew exactly who you were to them. They knew exactly how they felt deep down for you, but they chose to allow fear to hold them back from you. They allowed fear to keep them from speaking truth to you as far as matters of the heart. Again, this person probably was heartbroken before, and the connection and the chemistry they felt with you was so intense that it scared the shit out of them, to the point where they sabotaged your connection. And unfortunately, people don't always get a second chance to come back and fix it. But I feel like this is confirmation for you, collective, that yes, the feelings were mutual, like we said earlier. But this person has so much fear. They questioned their feelings because they didn't trust their own decision making when it came to matters of the heart, because it has screwed them over in the past. They've never let go of the past. They have not healed from the past, not only past relationships, but maybe again, starting from even childhood. This person truly did care, but unfortunately, fear won in this situation. All right, let me get a few zodiac signs to close this out. Wow, it's sad. It makes me so sad because I just feel like people truly miss out on life out of fear. And it's like, you know, especially when it's a false fear. I don't feel like you did anything to this person. We have Libra. We have Pisces, Leo, Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, and on the bottom of the deck, we have Libra. But I feel like you never did anything to this person to make them feel like they couldn't trust you. But their fear was so intense, and the people in their life, knowing the fear that they had of true happiness, of real love, they played on that fear and they manipulated them. So not only did this person manipulate you, they were also manipulated into losing the best thing that ever happened to them. And now they're just figuring it out when it's too late. Damn. All right, collective. That's what I have. The message resonated. Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, keep your head up, keep moving forward, keep nurturing yourself, keep remembering what you truly deserve, and allow the universe to bring it into you. But until next time, collective, bye.